used to be that in the world of mid-sized pickup truck off-roading, there was only one dominator, and that was the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. But now with the inclusion of the 2017 Chevy Colorado ZR2, that's all changed, and that's why we've put them in head-to-head competition. So I'm joined by my colleague Brian Wong from Cars.com, and we're going to put these trucks to the test. Our first stop was to Hungry Valley Off-Road Park, where we started our test clawing our way up some steep hill climb. One of the coolest pieces of technology that make this a great off-roader is Toyota's crawl control. Let's take a look. Essentially, this technology is point and shoot. I'm in low range, I put it in first gear, activate crawl control, and adjust the setting to my speed, and then I just take off. And it does all the work. All I'm doing is steering. I'm not touching the throttle, I'm not touching the brake. It's taking us up an incredibly steep hill and adjusting the traction depending on where it needs it. So if it senses a tire slip, it senses a speed adjustment, and it just goes and it climbs and it does it all by itself, point and shoot.
While the Tacoma gets the job done with whiz-bang gadgetry, the Colorado is a much more analog solution, and it also had one big advantage over the Tacoma. And that difference is cabin isolation. Let me show you how.
Now, if you find yourself in a situation, rock crawling situations where a lot of articulation, low speed is desired, the two trucks really have two different approaches. The Toyota has that really smart crawl control system, which will pull you up the hill on its own. Nothing like that on the Colorado. You're gonna have to modulate the throttle yourself. However, what it does have is superior suspension travel. So what we're talking here is more articulation both on the front and rear axles, as well as front and rear locking discs. That means that even on a rock course like this, which can get a little hairy at times, all I do is pretty much point it up the hill, squirt the throttle, and it does all the work for me. And inside, you're super comfy. I could see Mark getting jostled in the Toyota as he was going up the hill, but for me, it's comfortable. I could have a cup of tea, I could read a magazine if that was safe, do all sorts of stuff. I could be on my phone, just kidding, don't go on your phone. But it's incredible, it's almost Wrangler-esque. That's the only other vehicle I've driven that really does this that well, because you have so much twist front and rear that the cabin just stays very, very neutral, very composed, so much so that I don't have a great feel going up the hill, but I have a good line, I have real good tires that have a lot of grip, and we're at the top, no drama at all.
After we finished at the hill climb, it was time to take these two trucks down into the dirt washes and see how they did running fast over hard terrain.
Now, the Tacoma TRD Pro comes with Fox shocks front reservoirs, and those are a bit more pliant than the Bilsteins that you find in the Tundra TRD Pro. However, they're still pretty bumpy, especially compared to the Colorado. Now, even though these two have pretty similar suspension flexibility, shocks make a huge difference. And driving over a washed-out road like this shows you exactly why. I'm only doing about 30, 35 miles an hour. In Colorado, I'm sure you can do a bit faster. And it's bumpy. I'll get tossed around. Now, we talked earlier about... Now, a lot of the Tacoma TRD Pro's technology is really impressive. But all the crawl control, traction control stuff, that's all geared for low-speed driving. High-speed running over washes like this and rough roads, it still does it. It gets the job done, but you get banged around quite a bit. Let's go. Oh, big hit there. This engine too is also hard to keep the power band for things like this. I'm in 4 high because the surface is pretty loose, and I'm having trouble putting power down to really get it out of turns. Still great fun though. Oh, that's... Now, I want to be clear, the Tacoma TRD Pro is not bad at this at all. I am still having a blast, but if you want the smoother ride and if you want the more agreeable suspension, that's where the Colorado comes in.
By contrast, here in the Chevy, wow, this is actually plush. Still going 35, 40 miles an hour, almost 45 miles an hour. And this thing is butter smooth. Mid ruts, mid whoop-de-doos, but The suspension is just soaking it up. Well, specifically, it's the shocks. Here's why. At each corner, Multimatic DSSV shock absorbers with spool valve technology. They're not discs, but spool valves. In fact, these rear shock absorbers have 4 spool valves in them to make them exceptionally flexible during slow and high-speed driving. And that means a good old-fashioned drag race. We found an open stretch of road and we're ready to hit it. Brian, how are we going to set up these trucks?
Let's go ahead and put them in 4-wheel drive high with traction control off, but AC on because it is 105 degrees out here.
Excellent. And we're going to have Evan, our top shooter, drop the flag. You jump in the Chevy, I'll take the Toyota. Wow, how fun was that? Empty gravel road, wide open throttle, 2 very cool trucks. That was a lot of fun. We both had a chance to get into the Chevy and the Toyota, swap back and forth, get into different lanes. What are your takeaways?
So the Toyota consistently came out ahead because of that high horsepower from the gas engine. Now, the Colorado for me was much quicker off the line because it had a little bit more tire and the low end grunt from that diesel. But in second or third gear, the Toyota would just walk away from it consistently.
Yeah, it was amazing to me because I think I felt the same kind of thing. More consistency from the Chevy, but when you got that Toyota dialed in the right way, it was pulling well past the finish line, and you could definitely see it wanted to run.
Yeah, it was quite a ride. When we finished, it was still powering through, it was still accelerating. So, I mean, this engine, it will respond if you get it high in the RPMs, but that's the challenge, getting it high and keeping it there.
But drag racing isn't the only thing that we want to do here, right?
Yep, let's go rip up some sand.
Of course, this is just a small piece of our big comparison test. And if you want to know more about our impressions and who the final winner is, go to pickuptrucks.com.